Hello everyone and welcome to this Productlift review video. Today I'm going to be talking you through everything you need to know about Productlift, and as usual, if you do have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. I'll also be leaving a discounted link in this video's description so that you can always get your money's worth for Productlift. So here we are on the main homepage, and essentially what Productlift is a hyper-flexible feedback, upvote, roadmap, and changelog tool for SaaS, which is software as a service. Now here we are on the main page, as you can see, and you have the options to go to your dashboard, any ideas that you have, people, settings, account, and documents. And then everything is also laid out in quite a nice way on the main feature page. So under the roadmap, we basically have a list of everything that we have to complete in certain timeframes. So things that are going to be completed in February, as you can see, are statistics, open links in new window, photo upload, and webhook customer data. And then there's a little category underneath it, which basically displays what type of implementation this is. So we've got a bug fix, a feature, and then 2 integrations. We then have 2 things that are scheduled for March, which is select icon and contact form, yet again a bug and a feature. And then overall for 2023, we will eventually be integrating WordPress integration. Now these are automatically added, these aren't ones that I've put in myself, but if there is one that you want to add, you would simply either hit add post up here, or you can add a post to a specific month, and we'll call it fix search bar. The category will be bug, the status will be planned for March, and we can add details if we want, and we'll just enter search bar malfunctions, and we'll simply put that here, add post, and this will have created our post. So as soon as we head back to our main dashboard page, it will show us it in the roadmap. As you can see, roadmap, hit this, and there it is. Fix search bar is now under the March section of our roadmap. So there we are. You can also organize these by categorizing and reordering them if you want to. So you can drag and drop any ideas that you already have, and any that aren't in a section or you haven't got scheduled for a specific time frame, you can put at the bottom as well. But that's really nice to know that you can do that. You also have the option to add widgets to it as well. You can create widgets, either an embed or a sidebar. And these are basically things that will appear up on the website that people can look at. However, the name of the widget, you don't need to worry about people seeing, but you can display change logs, roadmaps, or other pages on a particular page of your own website. So you can basically use this, create it, and get an embed code that you would then put into the code of your own website in the respective coding language that you would then be able to have displayed there. And then finally, you also have the option to edit and a few settings as well to view the categories. Now, the dashboard is very, very simple. Under the dashboard page, what we have is once it's loaded, we have basically statistics and activity. So you have ideas that you've had in the past week, or in the past 30 days rather. You also have total votes, total comments, and unique visitors. You also have this visualized on a graph, so any visual activity that you have and people who have viewed things on a certain page, you'll also be able to see. So as you can see, depending on these days, on the 6th of December, all of these are statistics from particular days, and then obviously all of our activity, or majority of it, is obviously today. And then an activity, so you can see what people have done, who's added what. And here are a few obviously of the website's bots, and this is what it would look like when somebody added. So if one of your employees called Carmelo, for example, added something, it would have CA for the first 2 letters of their name, commented on, and then what they commented on. So very, very useful to sort of manage what everyone's doing. Wishlist is also great. This basically allows you to have people add things to a wish list, and people can sort of have a look and decide what they want done. So the number of votes people have on a certain thing, you will then be able to decide whether you want to implement that feature or not implement that feature. It's basically a way of getting to grips with, what things people are really looking forward to and what things aren't really on the horizon, and not many people are bothered about it at all. But that's obviously a really great feature to have, being able to upvote for new features and integrations. You also have updates. So any updates that you've done in the past few days, you can view them all in here. As you can see, this basically latest changes and updates to your overall dashboard. Statistics will be available here. You can have a little look ready for use, and this is how it works. And these are what the updates will look like. So you have the name of the update, what the update was, a little bit of information about it, and then obviously detailing the as much. And then you can also have a comment section for it and a few likes. So any people that have said, when can this be available? Nice, this sounds good. And obviously it now has had its status changed to now available. So a nice way of keeping everybody in the loop, basically. everyone will be able to understand what's happening. And then also you can see any declined feedback in here, but people don't see this. This is hidden from users. Only you or other employees that you allow can see this page of things that have been declined or options that are not going to be implemented. Under ideas, you have prioritize, bulk add, add or view all, but we'll go to the view all page. Very quickly, add is when you want to add one of these particular ideas to the page. You can prioritize them in order to make them appear at the top or the bottom, depending on how important they are. You can add a large amount if possible if you have them on a CSV or something like that. But if you go to the view all button as we were already on, this basically shows you every idea that you've got on your site. It's as simple as that. You have the idea itself, you have the status of whether it's been planned, whether it's available, or whether it's gathering votes, or whether it's been declined, how many votes it's got, comments it's got, and what category it is. So basically a really seamless way of just making sure you know where everything is, what you've got planned, and all the ideas that are going to be coming to your software, website, or company. Under people, you're able to view everybody that is obviously on your website. So here, for example, here are all of the example bots that it has added for us, but this is what it would look like. It would show you their role, and we can edit this role very, very easily for member or administrator. So if you go admin, we can click change, and then it will change their role to admin. Their status is active. They're obviously not inactive on the site. They haven't made any posts, but they have also upvoted 2 things that they're happy to implement. So that's really great to know, but that person is now an admin, and that's how you would add particular people that you want to help you out with all of these things. You can also invite users or invite admins yourself, so instead of having to invite them to the site or them join the site and then you do it, you can just send them an invite link, and when they join it will automatically assign that role to them. Now, settings, you have quite a lot of different things here. We won't go through every single one of them. I will explain what some of them are, but we'll go into others. Portal information and domain to begin with. This just gives you the name, the icons, and just basic information about your overall site. Very self-explanatory. You can change the language, icons, everything like that. Tabs and statuses basically allows you to show the different tabs and the what will basically pop up for different sections. So as you can see, you've got the menu title, how it's going to be displayed. So you can either have cards, you can have a grid, a list of just ideas down the left or the right, wherever you want them, and obviously all the different statuses that you have, the color for those statuses, and everything like that. So it's really nice and seamless. This is obviously applicable to the roadmap, wishlist, updates, and decline tab. So that's basically options where you can hit on each of these, change the name of them, change all the tabs, and that is more or less that. You have categories where you're able to change these categories, very self-explanatory. You can hit add new, create a name, and hit create, and that will add it for you. You obviously change your own name. Posting basically allows you to decide who can post, who can interact with the website. So allow anonymous users to create posts, yes or no. Duplicate detection, yes or no. And all of these other features, you can send them a message once they've completed something. It's up to you. Viewing as well, you can display ideas to people. You can basically display categories to users. Just basically decide what people can see dependent on their role on the website. Notifications, you can basically post updates in a Slack channel if you wanted to. Emails, as you can see, this is basically the custom email address that people will have from. You can either set it through Amazon, Mailgun, or default, but it's up to you on that one. Prioritizing is also very simple. As you can see, when you have a list of features that you need to prioritize, and you want to compare items based on their score. So you do want to have things that are at the top, critical things, critical bug fixes, or features that are quite big, but you don't know whether you should add them or not. And with features like this, you're able to obviously have many different ways of prioritizing those features depending on your customers' votes, and basically show things to people that you really want to have visible. Branding is also possible. This is more or less just the overall appearance of the site. You can have a logo, a favicon. You can also change custom colors with CSS if you wanted to, and also customize all the other colors if you didn't want to pick one of these pre-built themes. Security is very simple. You can authenticate users through different pages. So you have Google, Twitter, Facebook, and GitHub. You can also allow user registration and login, so obviously emails, single sign-on, make private user acceptance, and also email verification. If you don't need these, you don't have to turn them on, but you can obviously enforce email verification for all registrations and then go ahead and hit save. Under the widgets tab, we've already been over here. You can add widgets that are really, really easy to use to implement into your own website, and all you need to do is hit create first widget, and that would be that. API and webhooks are also possible. So you have a webhook secret, which is an API key that you would implement, but or a webhook key that you would then obviously link with one of your webhook addresses, and the same with an API token. You can hit create API token here, put the note, so basically what is it for, and then create that and ensure that you have that all set up for API integration. Then you also have single sign-on if you wanted to add that, and any custom code that you wanted to add, for example, CSS themes, you're able to do that too. You also have 2 account options and also Productlift documentation if you need any help with that. But that is more or less it for Productlift. So what do I think about Productlift? And at the end of the day, I think that it's absolutely brilliant. Being able to manage features that you're going to be bringing to a software is something that everyone needs to do. Keeping an eye and keeping track of how people feel about certain implementations being added is very, very critical. So therefore, being able to get a good insight into what people want, having people vote for things, also being able to review a roadmap so they feel really integrated with the whole company is absolutely brilliant. So having people being able to see all of this is great. It's very easy to set up. It's very intuitive. I hope this review video did help to just show how easy this is to actually use. The amount that you can have just as many people as you want helping you out on this is great as well. So I would definitely recommend this to anyone looking for an overall roadmap and, keep your customers in the loop type software. Either way, thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next time and goodbye.